said to me the other day, you Hollywood types, and it was talking about me and a different co-host, and they were like, we want to see Emily and Gina. Now, I'm not saying this is me speaking. I'm just saying someone said this to me. We live a real life in the Midwest and we want to see representation that I agree with you that I want to like escape and I want Jennifer Tilly to be like, oh, whatever. Here's another $60,000 Louis Vuitton purse. I love seeing the ultra rich on my TV.
Well, I
I
mean, I'm
agree.
not talking about Orange County. Orange County is an hour away from us, from
Hmm.
Hills, but it's worlds apart in
Listen,
Hmm.
one
lifestyle
of
and
the
culture than what Beverly Hills
one
is.
of the best shows
Agree.
I think ever existed was Rich Kids of Beverly Hills. That was one of the best shows ever because it
Loved
was
it.
very true to form of what those kids were living.
I mean, they did not Uber Eats back then. They just took their limo
Set their
down the
driver.
street to go pick up, Mastro's. I mean, Mastro's is around
Yeah.
the corner, and I
Yeah.
always see Mark Wahlberg pull up in his Rolls Royce
Yep.
because you can just see it. I parked right in front of it actually today, my car. So you could see Mark Wahlberg pull up in a Rolls Royce with the open top, walks in, gets like 20 bags, puts it in the back seat, drives up
Drives
the
off.
mountain
Yep.
to his $100 million place. I mean, it's just what it is.
You
It's like
see, you
being in
see
Monaco.
down the street, we were at lunch at the Ivy, and Simon Cowell drives up in his like antique Rolls. I think it was a antique
Yeah.
Rolls.
Vintage.
Rolls, gets out of the car, picks
And
up
it's
his
just
food from the Ivy, drives up. Like that's what
like
this is.
like you're doing a drive-by. You're just
Okay.
like, oh, I'll just grab it on the way up, darling. I'll just be home in.
We're
What
at
do you
the
want for lunch?
we're
Just
at the
order
we're
it.
at the Mayborn around the corner, just literally right behind our boutique.
Hmm.
Judy just having a meeting downstairs in
Yeah.
the bar area with
But then
somebody.
there's 5 security guards, and you're not allowed to
Yes.
be in that space.
Well, no, we did. We walked up.
Well, yeah, because we know her,
But
but
most people,
still.
like, it's literally crazy. You see Judge Judy sitting there having a meeting, and there's all these security around her. So it's like a bubble around her that
Yeah.
nobody can get into, but she's there. It's
Can
Judge
you
Judy.
see her? Are they blocking her, or is it
No,
like
no,
No, no,
far
no.
enough
You could
away?
see
you
her.
could see her. We went
No,
up and said hello.
there's a very big, expansive space,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
time she will not make eye contact
With anybody.
people unless you are directly in front of her and you're
Right.
speaking with her.
And it's crazy.
Like
to
she's
see.
speaking with you.
It's crazy to see.
Well, she's focused on the conversations and what she's doing. She's very business.
I mean, Justin Bieber was living at the Mayborn for quite a while.
Usher has a suite on the second floor.
I
If you
mean,
ever
this
take the
is
elevator on the east side, then you see Usher.
I mean that yeah, that's why I love LA also. You do have the cowl pops out, picks up the food, just gets in it. You go for the smoothie. There's Justin and Haley.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
are
the
sad
part
to
of
see
Justin
LA.
Justin
Rick-
Bieber does the skateboard in front of the store. One time he tried to run over Snow White because Snow White has her two palm trees that she goes to tinkle. And I was like, Justin! I'm screaming at Justin Bieber.
Literally.
Tell him not to go so fast.
I think it was a month or so ago when it was Keith Urban parked in the.
Oh, yeah.
He was parked in the no parking zone right in front of our
Oh.
boutique.
He's
And-
cute.
no, and I told him,
Right in front of our boutique.
I told him our song is "Somebody Like You." That's
Yeah.
our song.
But David, besides him being so tall, so lanky, so gorgeous, and
guy.
skin so beautiful, his Rolls Royce was so shiny,
Gorgeous.
so
Okay.
gorgeous, so it looked like it just drove off. You know how when you get your hair blow dried at a salon, not at home, and then you walk up and you just want to swing it around.
It was that.
And his Rolls Royce, and I mean, that big dick energy with that Rolls Royce swinging it around. I mean, he parked the car so beautifully and
Yes.
got out of the car, and you think it was just like this cover shot. I'm like, is the wind blowing just
But-
so?
but
to
David,
be able to
there's
make your hair flutter.
There's an end of an era that has come to an end in Beverly Hills. 2 weeks ago, the Rite Aid on the corner,
Yeah.
right?
No.
Cannon and Cannon
most-
and Dayton, most iconic. Paris Hilton used to go there. Nicole Richie used to go there. Every celebrity closed.
24 hours open.
24
I went there back in the day, back once. There's a very smart man named David Yontef who took a shot one day, injected a GLP-1 called called Manjaro. The minute I took my first,
Did you do it in the parking lot?
no, but I did it way back before anyone else did it, and where people were like, "You are disgusting. You are taking this from diabetes patients," and I'm like, "I don't give one, not one fuck. I am gonna, I mean, fuck off." And I said, "This will change. This is Botox. This is actually Botox. This will change weight loss forever, for good or bad."
Yeah.
Well, my point is, back when it was so hard to get, I mean, now you could get GLP-1s on any street corner or any website. Your dentist, your doctor, I mean, you could get it through anyone. Pretty soon, I'll be able to write you a prescription. I mean, I would go to rho.co/Velvet because they actually monitor your journey. But back in the day, when it was like really hard to get and nobody, you had to travel. I was so addicted in the beginning
I know.
that in the middle of the night,
There were bones.
I went to that pharmacy that you're referring to because I'm like, I tried every other, and they're like, "Oh, of course we have it." And
Of
I'm
course
like,
we do. Everybody in Beverly
"Really?"
Hills is on it.
And it was like literally like 1 a.m. And I'm like, "Oh, this is David, shut the fuck up. Just hand over the prescription." It was all above board. I had a prescription.
Yeah.
But like I couldn't, the person that wrote me the prescription kept saying, "Good luck, sweetie. Like you're not going to find it." I found it every time. But that pharmacy was my little gold mine of like, "Oh, I can get it." That pharmacy had everything.
I
Here's
mean,
my
that's
story.
our pharmacy, and now they've closed it.
No.
Yeah, they're going to build condos, I think.
We've
or
been
businesses.
transferred to the
Really?
CVS pharmacy 3 blocks down the street. And oh God. No, it's just as good.
You think they're gonna have condos?
Oh,
Really?
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure.
Well,
Something.
they're redoing, it's a very big lot.
Yeah.
And when I moved to
Oh.
my space 35 years ago, that used to be a Barnes and Noble at the underneath. There's a Pilates studio now, but
Yeah.
it used to be a Barnes and Noble bookstore at the underneath. There's an underground.
Yep.
And
Oh.
yeah, you wouldn't even know it, but the corner is an underground area, and then there's the parking structure, 2 floors, and then the store. They imported Italian marble just for that store, and
That's
it's the
beautiful.
most luxe Rite Aid and the most lucrative Rite Aid in all of America. But now
This is
they're
sad.
yeah, they're
We
gonna
put our
be
prescription. It was funny because I didn't even know that. I knew that they were closing because they had been rumors and talking about it. And we went to the Dominican Republic, and I put in my prescription to that Rite Aid before we left. And I came back, and it was closed. And then they sent me a thing saying, "Oh, all your prescriptions have been transferred to CVS."
Yeah. Well, it's so convenient because we walk outside the front door and we're like right in the parking lot almost. So it's like right there.
Not
I mean,
anymore.
you know what's crazy? It's like when you talk about New York, when you walk outside your front door, you've got your grocer, you've got your, restaurant that you go to, you've got it's like
Yeah.
it's so close that you feel like you're part of this village. And I
Yeah.
think is that village.
Right.
There's nothing that doesn't happen here that you don't know, and the same people walking around all the time.
Yep.
And then when you hear something like Rachel Zoe being broken up and separated, or Ozzy Osbourne passing away,
That made me sad.
they've been such pioneers in so many different things, all family members themselves. It's just so disheartening to know that you go through life knowing that it's so fragile. And it's difficult for me
Yeah.
because these are friends. Like Leah Black's husband, they're friends. And when you lose a friend, you feel for their partner to know that they've gone through so much. And with the blink of an eye,
It's
now
gone.
it's over.
And your whole life
And
changes.
they have to kind of relive, relearn,
Well,
live again in a different context.
yeah, but isn't that just life?
I know, but it's
It
very
is.
I-
I'll give you an example.
It sucks.
No,
very
it does.
difficult.
But I'll give you an example on season 5 of our show, Gowning Out in Beverly Hills, which is going to be out. We did a whole tribute to my mother's passing. And my mom and dad were married for 65 years. And my mom wrote this beautiful poem to my dad called I Took a Chance. And we did that. I said that, I read the poem at the eulogy. And when I was watching the cut of the episode before it releases, I had read the whole poem. They took the eulogy when I read that poem, and then we put all these pictures of my mom and my dad, their life together, the kids, the family over 65 years. And I'm looking at it and I'm watching it and I'm crying and I'm like thinking in my brain, fuck, your life, it's a blink. It's like I read that poem in a minute
Yeah.
and a half at her service. And then in that 1 minute and a half, we're flashing all these pictures of 65 years of her life, and it's just gone. And
I
it
mean,
affects everybody around you.
I mean, in some ways, the union is still there because it's in your heart, but the physicality of it and the
Right.
routine of knowing that you've got that support, it's like losing a limb. It's really like losing a limb and
Well,
learning to walk again.
also, other than the immediate family and a very immediate, I think it's, and then we can move on, but like people get over the dead so quickly. Not when it's your mother, Sharon, Kelly for Ozzy, but I'm just saying in
Right.
general, people get up, they have to go to work, they have to record the podcast. People just, life goes on, and it's like you care and you do your tributes, but it's sad how just the dead are forgotten,
It's
except
the
for,
blink of an eye, and then your
yeah,
whole life is just, it's gone. It's very
I agree with that. I
The
have a
one thing,
topic.
the one thing I don't want to have happen to me is I don't want to die on my birthday.
Okay, well that's fair. I don't know. I
I don't
don't
want to
want to
die on a national holiday. I don't want to die on Like I don't want to die on one of those days. I want to pick another day that's not celebrated so that at least somebody could remember me.
I don't care what day it is, but just let it be 90 or older. That's my goal. That's a
Oh
fair
yeah,
goal.
that too. Well, I want to be 150, but
well. They
Like
say
Betty White.
2033, you're
you
gonna.
know, we did 23 and me, and we found family members.
No, we did My Heritage DNA.
My heritage DNA. Let me tell
And
you, I told him I didn't want to do it. So he ends up making me have to do
We
it.
did it
And then
on the show.
yeah, he's putting, I guess it's on season 5. And then what I said is, I don't want to know who these people are. I barely like the ones that I grew up with. I don't want to know any others.
I found
But
out.
now I want to call each one of them. I want to be the initiator. I want to call each one of them, find them on Facebook and go, yo, I'm your brother from a lost family member. I need some cash.
But it's interesting because I found out I'm German, I'm Scottish, I'm English, I'm Welsh, which I had no idea. He's Armenian. He's got Egyptian in him. What else? I'm sorry, Armenian, Egyptian,
Kurdish.
Turkish.
none of that shocks me. No, I
Wow.
could see that. I have a question.
Everywhere.
Look, I have very mixed feelings on this new thing. So, our good friend, and I say that sarcastically, you're probably good friends with her because you guys are friends with everyone. Miss Gunvalson, you know this woman, Miss Gunvalson, Vicki. So she has done some talking, and she's not okay. She's not okay with RHOC being back on the air. I have very mixed feelings about this, and she said it still hurts. She's not sure she could watch it. We've all moved on. Life is talk about a death. Vicky's having a hard time with this still, that she can't really watch it, and she said it hurts. So part of me, I'm very conflicted on this.
And you said
Part,
that she's now teamed up with Kelly Dodd and they're doing a podcast together.
I heard, is that real? Like that's
Oh,
really happening? Because I heard about this.
yeah.
I'll
But
tell
wait,
you.
okay, well then what's the name of it? Where is it? When is it coming
I
out?
don't know any about. I don't know about that, but
I'll tell you it's very difficult because I feel like she has been the OG that started it all.
right.
She is the person that the idea stemmed from. And she put initially in the very former
Well,
years.
it was like Scott Dunlop and Gina Keogh
Right,
really
right.
started it, if you want to get to.
But her whole life
put
has
her
been
whole life,
Housewives.
yeah.
She has built her business, her whole entire life. Remember the days on season 1
She was in
of
the
Vicki
kitchen.
when she was in her little